can you take... Okay. Please, can you take your seat here?
What, here?
Yes, yes, please.
Hello.
Welcome.
Fine, how are you?
You heard the words of Mr. Al-Hajid. Can you respond on that, please?
Yeah, okay. First of all, excuse me, I don't know Dutch, so I'll be speaking in
English. There was a small... yes, of course, yes, but there was a translation anyhow.
Yeah. Yes, I know, but if you allow me more time in the Netherlands, so I'll be able to speak Dutch.
No, but please
Unless
English,
you don't want to allow me to come to the Netherlands more, then I'll not be able to speak Dutch. Anyway, thank you very much, Mr. Fuad, for your comments. First of all, we are living in a globalized world. And now, as you know, the whole world is becoming a small village. Yeah. So banning someone, it doesn't mean that banning all of the thoughts. Now, because of this small village, we need to communicate. We need to exchange experiences. I learn from you, you learn from me. So when you apply kind of intellectual dictatorship, that wouldn't work now in this time. The other thing is, there is no liberal Islam and Orthodox Islam. We should be all Muslims because we submit to one God. We read Quran, we submit to the Sunnah of the Prophet. We pray 5 times, we fast unless you don't pray, unless you don't fast. This is something I don't think that it is acceptable from an Islamic perspective. The other thing is, we have so many problems in the West. Those problems, starting from economical problem, we are going through the recession, we have gun crime, the crime in general, we have the problem of drugs, teenage pregnancy, etc. I haven't seen any proposal from liberal Muslims to counter those problems, to solve those problems. All what they say is that we want liberal Islam. How can liberal Islam solve those problems? In fact, what I found that liberal Islam helps those problems to increase.
Excuse me, do you consider yourself as a representative of the liberal Islam?
As a normal Muslim, as an ordinary
There's no
Muslim.
question to my answer, please. But is that a yes or no?
Sorry?
Do you consider yourself as a representative of the liberal Islam?
No, of Islam, just a simple Islam.
So there's no difference?
There should be no difference, but you are claiming that there is a difference. This is the point. There should be no difference between liberal Muslim and Muslims. All of us should be Muslims.
Everybody knows.
What is the difference, yeah?
Everybody knows that there's a difference between radical imams, and we are suffering as a society in the Netherlands. We are suffering very hard from these imams. Of course, I'm not accusing you of anything. You're very welcome to see our beautiful country here. But in the recent years, we have suffered so hard, so much from radical imams. And it seems by that there's no room, no space for another kind of sound, another kind of interpretation.
Okay.
And there's another thing, please.
Because I need some time.
You knew all the time that your visit to the Netherlands was leading to a sort of controversy. So you were provocating us. And the ones who suffer from these kind of controversies are the Muslims themselves. So I don't know how you could say that you care about the Muslim society in the Netherlands while being, provocating to visit the Netherlands anyway.
Do you understand the commotion in Holland?
Yeah.
Anyhow,
okay. Yeah? I understand. Will you allow me to? Will you give me some time to answer those questions?
It's to him. He's the host of the show.
Yeah, but you interrupted me without taking his permission, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So I was saying that the liberal Muslims, those who attribute themselves to liberal Islam, they haven't been able to provide solutions for our problems. In fact, they are adding to those problems. When we say, for example, as so-called Orthodox Muslims, although I don't agree with this, once we say that interest, which is usually the riba system, is one of the main economical problems. And we have seen now, we are suffering in Greece, we are suffering in other countries because mainly And if you are expert in finance, you will recognize this, you will admit this, mainly because of the interest, mainly because of the interest system. And those so-called Orthodox Muslims are providing a solution. Liberal Muslims, they say, no, 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 we should go for what? For interest system, which is adding to the problem. We have, for example, the other problem of drugs. We say that drugs are not allowed from an Islamic perspective. And then liberal Muslims, they say, well, it is a matter of freedom. Let us allow people to have drugs. Take the example of even smoking. We have said long time ago that smoking, because it is hazard for health, from an Islamic perspective, it is not acceptable.
That's clear, but I think we all are, yes, but we all are very afraid of violence, of preaching violence, of preaching the Sharia, of preaching amputations, whiplashing, stoning. I think that's the idea that nobody in Holland or other Western countries can understand.
And that's why we need to understand each other. We need to understand what I'm preaching. If there are, as you said, some radical imams, it doesn't mean that every imam is radical, unless you say this.
But when I address those imams, they always say we are not radical because nobody considers himself as being radical.
Excellent.
But in between, society is suffering every day. That's my point of view. That's my point.
Sheikh Al-Haddad,
yes.
We can talk about drugs, we can talk about all the problems, but right now I don't feel comfortable at all. I consider myself I am a woman, first of all. I consider myself as a Muslim woman. I am religious. I do believe in God, but I feel very uncomfortable. I feel very hurt that you talk about so many problems, but one of the biggest problems is that you do not want to sit with me at a table because I'm not wearing hijab. Half of the world is female. If God does not want men and women to talk with each other, he would have put us in two different worlds or something.
Yeah, you're okay.
If I'm a Muslim, which I am, and if you are a sheikh, it means that in theory you could be my sheikh. How come I cannot have a discussion with you?
Okay. Anyway, thank you for your question. But when you ask a question, the question has to be an academic. When I say that I don't want to...
It has to be an academic question?
Yeah,
so this is an academic question.
Sorry, it has to
Are
be...
men and women equal or not?
Okay. If in any discussion, you should allow the other side to speak freely. I allowed you to speak, isn't it?
And now I allow you. We can
Okay.
play these games, but the question is, are men or women equal in Islam or not?
Okay.
Do I have the right to talk with you like Brother Fuad does?
Okay. Done?
So now I'm brother,
Done?
right?
Yeah.
Done? You will not interrupt now? Will
That's
you allow
not
me?
very kind, the way you talk to me right now.
Okay.
I'm serious. It's not kind.
Will you allow me to speak or
Sure.
not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Will you allow me to speak without interruption?
You don't mind my...
Okay. Yeah, because you've been interrupting me. Anyway.
I did just one time.
Okay, no, just a minute. Let me explain this point. One of our problems in the West, we are suffering of teenage pregnancy. We are suffering from promiscuity. We are suffering that women now are not taking their roles as mothers. And that's why in Britain, for example, it is a very aged country now. The number of people is decreasing. In Germany, it is the same. I don't have exact statistics about the Netherlands. But in many European countries, it is the same. Why? Because women now are competing with men and they are not playing their role. What Islam says is that men and women, they should complement each other. They should not compete with each other. The Western model is presenting a competition between men and women. If I work
This is not about a competition.
This
is about equal.
So you promised not to
But you're giving a
interrupt.
khutbah. I'm not here to listen to a khutbah. We are having a debate. It doesn't mean that you can talk for 5 minutes.
No, as you said, as we said, that he was controlling the time, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
more or less.
It's a serious
I think
question.
it's
You're not
very
answering the
interesting.
question.
No.
How
Okay, just
can-
let us.
I agree with it because you're not answering the question.
Just let us have an intellectual debate here. We are not just coming to fight.
But we
so
don't
I'm,
have-
I'm answering.
we
I'm
don't have-
answering
Why
the
should
question.
we have an intellectual debate? It's just a question. It's a normal question.
Yeah. So I answered the question by saying.
didn't.
Which question? I said that.
The question was whether women and men were equal or not. You didn't answer to that question.
Can you give me two things that are equal from all angles?
No,
there is nothing.
Now you're asking me questions.
There is nothing that called these two are equal from all angles. Men are different from women. Do you disagree with this?
No, the question was asked from a democratic point of view. Do you agree that men and women are equal?
See now, even you changed your views. You said from a democratic perspective. Women are equal with men from certain angles. They have differences from other angles. We have to recognize those differences, and we have to recognize where they are equal. The issue becomes messy when we put the differences in place of the equality, and the equality in terms of differences. So once we recognize their differences, then we will deal with them fairly, justly.
Okay, why don't you just say no? Haji?
Ja, maar je ziet het, omdat meneer Al-Haddad niet durft te zeggen...
Try to speak English.
Well, because he doesn't dare to answer the question, he takes a lot of time and a lot of words. He needs a lot of words to tell us no, which he doesn't actually.
Well, you know, my belief, my own belief, is doubt is a human right. You don't agree with me, I think.
A human right?
Doubt.
Doubts?
Doubt, yes. Twijfel.
Doubt.
About the human rights?
Yes. Is a human right. Doubt is a human right. You know everything for sure.
The right to doubt.
The right.
It's a human right.
Yeah. The right to doubt?
Yes, and you don't doubt. You know everything exactly as it is.
Yeah.
You know the truth.
Yeah, there are things that we know them for exactly, yes, definitely. That's why I invite everyone to read the Book of Allah, because once you read the Book of the Creator, the message of the Creator, you will know the truth. Definitely. Will the Creator create you?
I don't trust people who know the truth.
Yeah,
I don't trust them.
Yes, that's fine, but you should trust the one who created you, the one who created everyone, to tell the truth.
Yes, one truth. So
yes, that's why I said, read the Quran and you will see the truth there.
Meneer Fout, er is één waarheid, ja?
Ja, en dat is het gevaar, hè? En we weten waar het toe leidt. And we know where that leads to. History made that clear. And that's what the Imam preaches.
Okay.
It's his way to do that. I mean, no doubt about it. But we know what that leads to.
It leads to what?
It leads to dictatorship. It leads to manslaughter.
Okay.
It leads to...
Okay. Dictatorship. Unfortunately, the dictator regimes in the Muslim world were not supported by Muslims. They were supported by liberal people. And in Egypt, Syria, who is revolting against the dictatorship?
We have also regimes.
The Muslims are.
We have also regimes
going
by
against
Muslim governors.
No, that is not
which
right.
Are no better than others.
That is not right. The other thing.
I can give you examples.
The other thing is that the real freedom, when you submit to your Lord, the real freedom is not when you become a slave for materialistic life. We are suffering here from consumerism.
Gentlemen.
We are suffering from materialistic life.
Thank you very much. I have a big quarrel with the director of this program. I had to finish now. So I think we better can change place again, because Naida is coming again, sitting on this table.
Yeah.
If she's allowed.
And Sheikh Al-Haddad, I do feel that you're hijacking my religion as well. And we can talk about many problems, but I really, really feel very sorry for you. You're hijacking Islam. Islam is my religion as well.
Muslims.
You're hijacking
Muslims. Anyone can claim anything.
Yeah, but what is the difference?
I can claim that you are hijacking Islam as well.
Thank you very much.
Oké, wil jij nu aan tafel komen? Thank you very much. Ja.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Take care.